Hello, and welcome to The Smut Show, a weekly podcast with your internet book bestie, where every week myself and a guest discuss books and mix in a little bit of life, pop culture, and everything in between. So sit back with your favorite beverage and let's chat. Hello and welcome to The Smut Show. I'm Neely and I am back with my buddy Arley, and we are here to chat with you guys. Hello. It is Sunday, 2 days before this airs, and we are both in Snowmageddon.
Yeah.
And it's snowy. How many inches have y'all gotten?
I don't think we're at a foot yet. So I'm in Connecticut. We're not at a foot, but I think that's what they're predicting. And for me, a Florida girl, it is jarring. Like, I have basically committed to wearing like a sweater set. Like, I'm just in like sweater matching set, and this is like my commitment for the next couple days.
It's like you see the memes where it's like anyone else just like taking off their daytime sweats and putting on their nighttime sweats. And I'm like, I get up in the morning and I put on a workout outfit because I have been working out because I am who I am. And then I shower and then I put on like flowy, thick pants. And I have a long sleeve shirt and then a sweatshirt and fuzzy socks because our house was built in the 50s and we have all hardwood floors.
In Texas, right? Like, it's built somewhere that's typically warmer.
It's pier and beam, so it's just cold here in our house. But I was telling Arley, my kids are each at a friend's house, like in the neighborhood, sledding and playing outside. And I'm like, it's so quiet in my house for like an hour, considering that we've just had like a lot of together time the past couple days. And they've already canceled school tomorrow and will likely cancel school Tuesday because Texas does not have infrastructure for this. Like, Connecticut.
No, they're prepared. Like, our roads are being cleared now. Like, I can see that happening. So
we have like a snow truck in Texas.
Yeah. Well, you all don't know how to you don't have enough salt to salt the roads, I think, right?
Do you want to know what bothers me is like we always say like Texas doesn't have the infrastructure, but this now happens every year. And you would think at some point we would get the infrastructure so that the city doesn't have to shut down. But then again, I guess we can talk about the government for a minute. Before we move on to happier topics, we do want to address what is happening in Minnesota right now, specifically in Minneapolis, because, you know, we are liberal women. We are human women. And I don't really look at this as a conservative versus liberal, Republican versus Democrat. This is a human problem. This is do you have a heart and a brain or do you not? Because you cannot watch what is happening and watch the fact that a man who was not waving a gun, who was not hurting anybody, who was not harming anybody, was shot and killed yesterday. And people are just like, well, he shouldn't have been out there. He shouldn't have been doing what he was doing. And it's like, but who was he bothering? Who was he hurting? Like,
I think, like, you know, you said it. We're liberal women, and that I think certainly comes through. But regardless of where you are on whatever political spectrum, like whether you are a staunch constitutionalist or you are like a democratic socialist, there's no version of what's happening that any political ideology should be comfortable with, right? Like, if you're like hardcore defending this constitution, then you would be looking at this and going, none of the rights we were promised are being upheld.
And I mean, we were texting about this earlier. Like, it honestly, and I don't want this to come across the wrong way because I don't want to diminish what's happening now or what happened in the civil rights movement, but it's really starting to feel like a direction we are heading. And I feel like I have to say this to people like multiple times a week. Like, all of us are not like, none of our ancestors for the most part are Americans. Everybody was came to this country.
Yeah, my father is not an was not an American citizen my entire life. The difference there, though, is my father is English. And so, like, that is a very different...
So he's a white man.
That's a very different type of immigration that, you know, an English man overstayed his visa in the 80s is very different than, you know, the type of immigration that's being painted now. but yeah,
but
like
it's just a sad state of affairs because for starters, we make it horrifically difficult for people to get citizenship here. And I'm not saying it should just be like as easy as me going to renew my driver's license. But I mean, if people want to be here and want to be here legally, I mean, that I could talk about that for, I won't go that far, but
yeah.
I'm sure you know what I'm going to say. But anyway, we just didn't want to go further into this podcast episode without denouncing what is happening.
Yeah, I mean, we were texting about it. I think the reason to talk about it, or even to like mention it before we go into like every other lighter topic, is that the reason so many people read is to escape the reality of what is going on outside, and like it's one of the reasons I read. And so I think it can sometimes come across as like, let me just throw myself into a sweet, sticky romance novel and like escape the world without acknowledging that I'm escaping the world can paint the wrong picture, can paint the picture as if like I'm not acknowledging it. But very much, of course, we are.
Exactly. And I don't know, I'm just very sad. You know, he was somebody's son. He was somebody's friend. He was a nurse. I mean, it's wrong. A VA nurse, exactly. Yeah, he was. So anyways, just thinking about his family and friends and everything else that's going on. So now we will move into 1s and 5s. Obviously that is a one for all, but do you have any 1s and 5s, or do you want me to go first?
I went first last week, so you can go first. We'll just ping pong this.
Sure. So my 1-star is probably, as much as I enjoy this kind of weather, we back in 2021 we lost power for 4 days when Texas had its, you know, bad snowstorm. And the thing that was helpful about that is that it was really just Texas that was hit. And so, you know, other states were able to like kind of come in and help. But right now it's something like 250 million people in our country are in areas that are hit by this winter storm, which is like insane to think about. Yeah. It's insane to think about when you think about like that number of people. So it's like, if an area, not just Texas, but if any area is hurting, like there's not like you're able to send people from other areas to help because like everybody is struggling. But so far our power stayed on, and hoping that continues. It's not supposed to get above freezing here until like late Tuesday afternoon. So I don't even think my kids will have school again until Wednesday, and that's like assuming it all melts.
Oh my God.
But even like in the mornings, it's still going to be like in the teens and like feels like of 0. So TBD when my kids go back to school. They're off Monday, definitely gonna be off Tuesday. And I don't like mind them being home on like a weekend like this when it's snowy. It's just I have to work tomorrow. Yeah. So
I don't know how people do it. Like I don't know how you do it with kids. And like I thought a lot about this during COVID, even as when people were like homeschooling their kids.
It was really hard. I mean, during COVID, I had a 3-week-old and a 3-year-old, or 3-month-old and a 3-year-old. And
that's wild.
It was
That's also terrifying really because that means that's how long ago COVID was, because I know how old your kids are. Like, that's a different level of like jarring. But
my 5-star is really wholesome. Charlotte lost her first tooth this morning.
Oh my God. So are you doing the tooth fairy tonight?
Oh, yes. So of course, yes. So she'd had her bottom 2 teeth have been wiggly for like months. And we would wiggle them a little every day. But Liam, meanwhile, if he has like a slightly wiggly tooth, he's like, take it out. And he'll like let you sit there and work it. Charlotte is like, absolutely not. She freaks out. I pulled one of Liam's out last week and it bled. And she's like, no.
She's like, I see what you've done. I'm not participating.
I'm not participating in this. I want nothing to do with it. Even her friends would talk to her like, it's not scary to lose teeth. It doesn't hurt. And she's like, no, like, I don't want to do this. And so this morning I'm like half awake in bed and I hear her. She's like, ah. And then Liam's like, I'm going to go get mommy. And I'm like it's like I can hear it. And I'm like,
that's got to be the most terrifying like series of words.
Well, Liam's like, you don't have to pull Charlotte's tooth out now because it's out. And I was like, okay, where is it? And she's like, well, I was eating and it came out. And so I just spit everything onto the floor. And I'm like, oh my God.
I thought she was going to swallow it. So like that.
I thought so too at first.
It went better than it could have gone.
So we're like looking for this teeny tiny Itty bitty tooth. Found it. Put it in a tissue. Put it away. Like, I was like, all right, great, we're done. She's like, it really didn't even bleed that much. And I'm like, oh, can I take the other one out? She's like, no. But her teeth behind it are like fully in.
They're like just, that's nuts.
They're just in behind her teeth. And I'm like, so she has her little like gap smile, but like barely, because there's a tooth
that's right
already
there
behind it.
just
except
waiting
now they're going to be it's going to be all janky now because it's so far behind her teeth that I'm like, well, you're having braces at some point. But yeah, she was really excited. Like, all her friends have lost teeth, and she's kind of like one of the last ones. So I think she's like, you know, it's kind of like when you're a teenager and all your friends get their periods, and you're like, will it ever be me? And you're like, then you look back and you're like, why did I want that?
Why was I wishing for that?
Do you know that, like, I know girls, Liam's in 3rd grade, there are girls in 4th grade that have their periods.
Really?
I was the end of 7th grade for me.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
no,
4th
same.
grade? I couldn't imagine having to deal with that in elementary school.
No, I was barely able to deal with elementary school. Like, I was already
struggling.
Like, at least in 7th grade, you're like, everything is what it is. Like, you're already an emotional mess.
Sucks about my kids' middle school too, which I didn't realize. They don't have lockers.
Do they even need? I was thinking about this today because I saw Mamdani was saying that, like, kids will have school either remote or not. And I thought, if they all just have remote school, do they just all have like laptops that they have all the time now?
They all have Chromebooks.
Yeah, like they just, and that's, so why would you need? What do you even need a locker for? You just have your
No,
Chromebook.
But I mean, like, I guess if you think about, like, in weather like this, it's like if you have a big ass jacket, you're carrying it around, or you have like a bag for athletics, like you're carrying that around too.
I grew up in Florida, so like we were not putting jackets in lockers. Like, that just wasn't, you know. You had books.
Did you even own a jacket?
I own many jackets because we always traveled in winter, and so like I have a lot of like travel style jackets. What I didn't have before we moved were like the big parka, like the big, I need to walk a dog, let me throw a big parka with a hood on. So we've done a lot of investing in that.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I have many a coat now, but I still, we went to New York last December, and I was like, I need like a serious coat because it's December in New York. So I did buy like a it's an Amazon coat. I talk about it all the time on Instagram, but I truly think it's like, granted, this is a Texan who is in cold weather, like very limited time. I'm sure if I like lived where you live, I would get like a very aggressive coat, but it's still if you look up on Amazon, like Amazon coat, it's what comes up because that's what everyone knows it as.
I like it.
But yeah, so my 5-star is just that she lost her tooth.
That's very
circle
cute.
back to that. What are your 1s and 5s?
Okay. My 1s and 5s, I think I was gonna say like the 1 and 5 are both the snowstorm, because like on the one hand I love being inside, but on the other hand, preparing for the snowstorm was really like a whole new experience for me.
Oh, and, like, because they make you think the world is actually ending. They're like,
and like,
you're like, just so you know, you're never leaving your house again. I hope you have enough food to sustain you for the rest of your life.
And don't forget, if you shovel your driveway, you'll have a heart attack and die. Like, there are so many things that made me fearful. But I, again, like this, like the third time I said it this podcast, but like I grew up in Florida, so like I had hurricanes.
By the way, this is the most wholesome thing. This is my child walking home from his friend's house, just dragging his sleigh.
Oh my god!
Sled,
but
not
like
sleigh.
The fact that you live in Texas and that's the video that you're like showing is nuts.
Do you want to know what's even crazier about that? I wore shorts to pick them up like 10 days ago.
That's nuts. That's crazy. I've been in a jacket for months now, but like
we were. When Andrew went grocery shopping Thursday morning, he was wearing shorts.
People were wearing shorts here the other day when it was like 48, but like people are just nuts. Like, I'm not doing that.
Oh no, Liam will wear shorts to school if it's 48.
Oh no, I'm a
like boys here, like we're wearing shorts. We don't give a shit. Like it takes everything in me to get him to put pants on when it's snowing. So
oh okay, and so then I'll say like, but I will say something happened last night. And I'll call it my 5-star. Do you remember how my 1-star last week I said was like the most first world problem, where my Instacart delivery was delivered to the wrong place?
Mm-hmm. So did you get someone else's Instacart delivery yesterday?
I did. I did get someone else's, and I thought it was Sam's, and I was running out to pick him up from the train, and because it was too cold for him to walk, And so I was like running out to the car. I was going to pick up some train, and I saw like these 2 bags of Target, like 2 Target bags outside my door. And I was like, okay, let me just yank those in. And I look and I'm like, I think this is trail mix. I don't buy a lot of trail mix, like whatever. Pull it inside. I go get Sam. I go, oh, your groceries showed up. He goes, what groceries? Okay. He didn't order anything from Target. I'm like, I think it's trail mix. He's like, I don't eat trail mix. We come back. Neely, I posted the photo. I'll send it to you again. You know, it was like 4 of those giant vats of trail mix. 4 of them with like who's eating that much? What are you doing with that? It was
I'm not a trail mix person at all.
Like
so
like a crazy.
That's too many flavors and textures at once. It was too many,
and too much of it. It was so much of it. Like I genuinely cannot understand what they're doing with it. So it's 4 of those, 2 California Pizza Kitchen pizzas, an oat milk, and a thing of coffee. I'm like, so we left.
Listen, whoever this was had their priorities straight. They were like, listen, I'm going to have caffeine.
They had a plan.
I'm going to have pizza, and I'm going to eat my weight in trail mix.
I think I'm like, is trail mix there if we lose power and I can't have food?
This was 1,000% a single woman or man. This was a single person.
No,
this is not. This is somebody who lives alone.
I actually would go so far as to say man, because I don't think these were female purchase. Like, it didn't give girl dinner. It gave
the oat milk for me. The oat milk is what's...
That's fair.
Oat milk is throwing
oat milk
me.
Throws it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, not that there aren't men who drink oat milk. I'm sure there's a man out there who drinks oat milk. But anybody I have ever seen order an oat milk has been a woman. So, like,
good point.
I'm struggling with that, but I don't know that a woman would order 4 things of trail mix.
Neely,
and so it's just like, it's not adding up.
It's not. I need you to look at this.
That is so much.
That's so much trail mix. Like, that is not like a bag. Those are big things of trail mix. I just assumed they thought we were getting snowed in. 36
my grocery order, if it was just me, my grocery order would have been chocolate chip cookie supplies, Nerds gummies, and chips and queso.
And that gives girl dinner. These are I zoomed in on the photo. These are 36 ounces. These are 36 ounces each. That's over 2 pounds each of these. They bought 8 pounds of trail mix. What were they doing?
I have no fucking idea.
Why buy the pizza? Like, was the pizza their first plan or their backup plan? I don't know. I have so many questions. I left the groceries outside for a while to see if they would come get them.
Hearing this too, I wonder what they're about to binge watch. Because, like, that is like...
What was their plan?
Like, what are you binge watching? Tell us. Share. If you're listening and this was your order.
Oh my God. Please.
Would that be crazy?
I'd love it. I left the groceries outside because I thought, okay, they're going to maybe see, like, this is before the storm. So, like, maybe they thought, like, I won't be able to get groceries tomorrow. So, like, if they saw where they were delivered, maybe they'd come get them. So I left them outside for a while. Person never came. So, like, we reclaimed the groceries. But yeah, man, I don't know.
It's a lot of trail mix.
A lot of trail mix. Oh,
what was on the pizzas?
Oh, they were 2 California. I love that you're asking the hard-hitting questions. This is journalism, guys.
I'm just very curious. I'm trying to dissect this person.
Hang on. I thought I took a picture of them. I did. Okay, one was barbecue.
Sure,
and
that tracks.
The other was a meat lovers.
I think this was a man.
I think it was a man. I don't know what the oat milk. Maybe I'd say lactose intolerant, but there's still pizza there, so I don't know.
Guys, if you have any insight into this type of personality, let us know. I'm concerned.
I seriously think it must have just been, if we're stuck inside for the next 3 days, if this happens to be like a day after tomorrow situation, what can I buy a lot of that can sustain me for a while? And I think the dude just thought trail mix.
Oh my God. Okay. So speaking of that, when COVID was first about to happen and like, we didn't know, like,
we didn't know anything.
Just like, we didn't know anything. Andrew bought those like meals. It was like the freeze dried. Yep. I was like, Andrew, I can assure you, in no situation am I eating these.
Yeah,
like
you're like, that's not how I'm going out.
Like, I will sustain on something else before I will eat these. He's like, what if we need protein? I'm like, what do you think is about to happen?
Yeah, like, that is a good question. I too would like to know the answer to that.
I mean, listen, I will tell you, he had been following it on Reddit, like from China for months, and so like, we were stocked up on stuff like toilet paper and water, like way long before.
Nice.
And I mean, we were pretty stocked. We bought a deep freezer too, and he like loaded us up on like meat and frozen fruit and stuff like that. So I mean, I would say like we were like pretty prepared. But COVID was weird because it's not a weather situation, so you're just like essentially waiting to get sick.
Yes.
And I just remember from the early stages of COVID watching it when they broke news that Tom Cruise had COVID or Tom Hanks had COVID, and I was like, oh, like he's gonna die, like we're gonna lose Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Because I really was under the assumption if you got COVID, you died.
I never had COVID.
I've had it twice.
I've not had it. I mean, granted, it is January 25th, and I have been sick for 1 month. Like, I cannot shake this cough. I've got to like go to.
She's never had COVID, but
I've had the New Year pneumonia for a month, for 4 weeks. So, you win some, you lose some.
Should we talk about what we're reading or watching?
Yeah, let's talk about what we're reading.
So I started Carly Fortune's new book, Our Perfect Storm, yesterday, and I like it so far. I feel like I kind of see where this is going. The plot, to not give anything away, is this girl is getting married. It's we're going 2 timelines here, which, listen, there's very few things I love more than a dual timeline. I
love a dual timeline.
I love a dual timeline. Like, and it's one of those things where I didn't realize how much I love it until every time I have a book with a dual timeline, I'm like, I love this so much. But dual timeline, and so it's talking about when her and her best friend George, they meet when they're 8 years old. It's flashing forward to her wedding when she's 30, and she's marrying a guy much older than her, and it's her second wedding, but like we don't really have the details on the first wedding yet. And George is her best man, but they haven't seen each other or talked in a couple of years, and we're not entirely sure why. But he shows up finally. She's like very panicked. He shows up. She feels a lot better. And then the fiance calls off the wedding, like the night before the wedding, day of the wedding. And then her and George decide to go on the honeymoon to like save their friendship. And I'm like, I think we know where this is going. Yeah. Like, obviously I don't know yet, but like
feels like we know where it's going. And
it's giving a more serious On Honeymooners.
I was just gonna say it feels a little bit like the On Honeymooners, but then also the friendship with Gat, like without them speaking for a while, like that's also feels like the touch of People We Meet on Vacation, which is maybe just because that's still a little top of mind.
Yeah. So and I watched it again last night with Andrew.
I love that for you.
Andrew, I was like, Andrew, I've watched this like several times already. He's like, do you want to watch? Or no, the other day he texted me. He goes, have you heard of this movie? Yeah, Andrew, I told you about this movie.
I've heard of it
3 weeks ago. He's like, oh, it's like one of the top movies on Netflix. I know. I'm probably a quarter of the views.
Yeah.
Really and funny. So he's like, we should watch it. I'm like, Andrew is one of those people, and I love him, but like, I will tell him about a show or a movie, and he's like, no. Then he reads about it, or someone else tells him. He's like, have you heard of it? Like, he is telling me about it, and I'm like,
so funny.
And this happens all the time. Like, this is one of those things that is like throughout our relationship has happened multiple times. And so anyway, we watched it. He loved it. I giggled.
At least when he hears about it, he knows that you two would like it, and he brings it back to you. Like, but I will say, like, hey.
But my favorite is like, it's kind of like, I'll also talk about how I've gotten Andrew to watch Tell Me Lies. He has only the most recent episode left, and he's caught up. But it's one of those things where I'm like, are you paying attention to this part? You need to watch this part. And I was doing that with People We Meet on Vacation. And I'm like, this is the worst part of me having seen something before Andrew's. I'm like constantly like, are you look? Do you see what's pay attention? Because he, like, for Tell Me Lies especially, I'm like, you need to watch. Like, anyway, I went to record him watching the scene in the first season of Tell Me Lies where they walk down the stairs to the party. Yeah, no reaction, none.
But you know what? To be fair, I actually think Sam won't watch it. So I said, I'm like, watch Tell Me Lies. And he said no, because same reason he won't watch Euphoria. He doesn't like that kind of like very young drama. Like, I think it makes him feel uncomfortable. Like, I just don't think he likes it.
Oh, I love Andrew would never watch. He did. I will say, upon watching it straight through with him, he was like, season 1 was really boring.
Yeah.
Of Tell Me Lies. It actually is very like, now that I've watched it multiple times, season 2 is much better.
Yeah.
Season 3, he's like, why are any of them friends with Stephen?
I have no idea. Why did he get an invite to that wedding? Why was he invited to that wedding? I would like to know. Who did that? Who sanctioned that?
That is the only reason that when people have that theory that they're all like trying to set Stephen up for something, that's the only time that I buy into it, is when I'm like, but why would he have been there?
Why would he have been there?
Obviously, him and Wrigley are not good enough friends with Evan to be in the wedding party.
Right.
Like, Evan's got new friends. Yeah. Bless him for that. Like, Evan's like, I've made new friends.
Probably the healthiest decision any of them could have made.
Because Evan's like, I have new friends now. They're in my wedding party. Bree's like, I still have Lucy and Pippa, who we've never addressed the fact that in like the first episode of the show, they talk about how Lucy and Pippa had not seen each other in a couple of years or talked in a couple of years. But Max is like, but you see your college friends all the time. And she's like, some of them. And my guess with that is that she probably saw Evan and Bree all the time, because in the book, and this obviously didn't happen in the show unless it ends up, but in the book, after college, her and Bree are roommates in New York, and Pippa moves to California.
I should read the book. Maybe that's what I did. I even tell you what I'm reading? I'm reading Broomstone. That's fine. Like that, we don't even need to.
Did you finish Elise's book?
Yeah, I love it.
Alyssa's book?
Yeah.
Okay. She still hasn't sent it to me.
Okay, well, it's so good.
Rude.
It truly, you can really tell like the difference from her first book to this one.
Good.
Even just like, I mean, and you can see like as someone who's like followed her and like you know her and have kept in touch with her, like who she was when she published the first book to now has so much growth, and like that's very clear, and like you see that in her writing too. Like clever. Like it's very clever, it's very cute. So that was great. That's not what I was.
But yes, why? I know we had talked. I guess we could maybe tell us what you're reading, and then we can talk about. Tell me lies.
I was gonna try to just throw that out there so that I could get back to what we were talking about, but now I don't remember what we were talking about.
You said Brimstone, and then we were like, because we were gonna talk about Tell Me Lies more, but
what I was gonna say is I haven't read the Tell Me Lies books, and maybe I should read that next.
They really don't follow it much. Like even in the book, there's like Lucy's roommate in the book is not Macy. Macy's a friend of hers from home. And in the book, her roommate is a girl named Jackie, who like is a character in the book. And Jackie, it's 4 of them that are friends in the book. And the other characters like don't have like plots in the book. Like Bree and Evan are a couple, yes. Wrigley and Pippa are a couple, yes. But like there's not
the same
side stories with them. I will tell you, after the most recent episode, I'm full on Bree and Wrigley team. I was not at all before. You have watched the most recent episode, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just making sure. I was like, we talked about it, didn't we?
Yeah, we talked about it.
We texted.
Yes.
And we texted about it. Yeah.
Yes,
okay. Yeah. I really wasn't. But then just during that end point where they're dancing and they're staring at each other.
100%.
The yearning.
I love a year. Like we love yearning. I love that.
But like, I need to know, and God, I don't know how they're going to wrap this up in 4 episodes. I need to know, like, did they have a relationship?
Well, they're saying that parts of the internet are saying that it wasn't him calling. That they're setting him up. Because also
the author confirmed that, or the writer confirmed. She said it is Wrigley calling.
Then the internet has led me astray again. That happens. But because they were saying like he on that phone log was also Diana, and like why is Wrigley calling Diana?
But if him and Pippa are still good friends, that would make sense.
Sure. Yeah, but like
because it clearly looks like him and Pippa like
are friend. Like he knows
are friendly.
He knows if she knows how he's feeling, I guess.
Yeah, because I mean that whole scene where she's like, "How are you?" Like she's the only one who knows about him having feelings for Bree. So like that wouldn't be unbelievable to me that like he called Diana if like for something. I mean, I don't know. Like I just feel like that wasn't.
I do sometimes wonder, did Taylor Swift fuck us all up to the point that like we cannot ever just see something play out and be like, it is exactly as they tell us.
She has.
Like
she's
literally, you see a thing and you're like, well, there's numerology here, obviously, or like there must be a secret, like something.
Did you count how many beads are on her wedding dress? Because like, that's gonna mean something,
right? Like, so I'm wondering how much of that we've just like fallen into. And I'm no better.
I think that's
I love an Easter egg. Like I like tease shit out, but like
I am always down to clown. Yeah. So literally, speaking of Taylor,
Yeah.
Do we talk about it?
Oh, we can talk. We can absolutely talk. The text messages.
I mean,
Here's the thing. I think
here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing.
There is no. What I appreciate actually is that she called him a bitch with a tiny violin. Like, I just love that because
we had the lyrics,
right? Like we that just confirmed.
She wrote it into a song.
She told us. But I think what I like about that is that there did feel like some authenticity to like their friendship, and then seeing their friendship. We're obvious, and I don't think we actually said it. We're obviously talking about Blake Lively and Taylor.
Probably still tension there because I don't think Taylor likes this kind of attention.
No, but I think what made me kind of sad, and like I think most women at some point have said some version of the text message to a friend who's like maybe pulled away or gotten this version of a text message where their friend's like, "Are we good? Like I don't know, you haven't said anything, but like, are we still good?" You're on one side of that at some point in your life, and so like seeing that exchange between like Taylor Swift, the greatest like this incredible, everything she is, and Blake like that was really interesting. That like stars, they're just like us.
Here's the thing: if the Justin Baldoni sexual harassment allegation, I think both Justin and Blake are terrible. Like I'm not on either team.
I'm with you there now.
I am fully like, you both look ridiculous and neither of you will ever be hired again. So like, good luck to you both. I am Team Taylor. I think Tree Payne is working overtime. She's like,
no one
Tree Payne is like, this is why I never liked Blake. Yep. I think Blake is a shitty friend for dragging Taylor into this from jump. Like, I think when you see the kind of emails Blake was sending to people like Ben Affleck, I'm like, ma'am, Ben Affleck doesn't give a shit about you.
No,
like, yes, you were in the town together. We remember. Town's a great movie.
Is this even the audience? Like, this isn't exactly Ben Affleck's movie. Like, this isn't, this
like,
isn't
it's stuff like that where I'm like, you look not great. Justin, you look not great.
You know what
Jenny Slate, you also look not great.
You know what shocked me though was the thing. I can't remember her name. Liz Plank, the one who was the co-host with Justin Baldoni. I guess she sent a series of messages to Ryan Reynolds, and she's like, "I should have warned you guys more." Like, and she basically, this girl who'd done the podcast with Baldoni for years, is saying basically how he's the worst. It's so disappointing because you want men to be better. And they're not.
And they never are.
And they never are. Like, this is one who was like out there constantly being like, feminism is important, and I check my toxic masculinity.
That's why he like kind of shot himself in the foot in a way, is like he was
just the run of the mill
auction the rights to this movie, and he's like, I really want to bring domestic violence to life and feminism, this and that, and it's like, but like you also are kind like, I'm not saying what he did is like full on sexual harassment in the sense, because we just don't have like, we don't know. I mean, I'm very believe women. Like, he still comes off creepy. At the minimum, he comes across uncomfy.
At the minimum, regardless of workplace, there are just certain things you can't say to the people you work with, right? Like, there are just certain things.
Man or woman,
you can't say
at the minimum, Blake comes across as an egomaniac.
100%.
At the minimum, for both of them,
one of those might be a crime, like a fireable offense or like a crime,
right? But at the end of the day, I don't think she's getting put in any big movies anytime soon.
No, I think this is
I don't want to say she's done, because like, listen, we've seen a comeback before. The problem is she's not likable enough for a comeback.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen a comeback with people who maybe just like, okay, this is like a very niche example. Mickey Rourke. Such a niche example.
Niche example.
But I really love the movie The Wrestler.
I was so hoping you were coming in with a woman. Like, I couldn't even, because I
can't think of a woman
neither
right
can
now.
I. Because you know what?
All right, fine.
Because they give men second chances, but not women. Women don't think I'll come back.
I'll pick a better man example. Brendan Fraser had a great career and then just like didn't. Okay.
Yeah.
And then he won an Oscar. Hasn't done anything since. And I actually went down a rabbit hole of people who have won Oscars and it's actually ruined their career the other day. If you start thinking about a lot of people who have won Oscars, what has Halle Berry done?
Oh my God, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Like, a lot of people have come out and saying that winning an Oscar has actually been like one of the worst things for their career. Unless you're like Meryl Streep or Emma Stone, who's now, I did not realize Emma Stone has been No, I've seen the only movie I've seen nominated is K-pop Demon Hunters. Okay.
Begonia, you won't
Do
like
I
it.
want to?
You don't like an unsettling movie, right?
I don't. The
Listen.
only movie I want to see is Marty Supreme.
Oh, because you want to see the butt? You want to see?
Oh, I didn't know there was a butt. I really like Timothée Chalamet's
like little butt is in it, I guess.
I also wouldn't mind seeing one battle after another, but I've heard super mixed reviews.
Listen. Okay. I saw it. Here's the thing. The last 10 minutes of it, good, great, right?
I've heard Teyana Taylor's like really good in it. Is that her name?
Amazing. She's excellent. And the first 20 minutes, super entertaining, super engaging. There's a whole middle in it that I'm like,
that's not good.
Is
it too long?
It's too long. And then the part that I have trouble with is
it like Quentin Tarantino long, where like all of Quentin Tarantino's movies could have been like 40 minutes? Like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood could have been 40 minutes shorter.
Yes, feels similar to that. But at the same time, like in Quentin Tarantino movies, sometimes things are happening, and like that didn't feel the same here. And then the other problem I had is Leonardo DiCaprio plays the father of a teenage daughter in this. And all I kept thinking is, in 3 years, you would date her. Like, this is not...
Gross.
You are the least believable parent to a teenage daughter. I just don't buy this. So that was, like, my problem. Begonia was a crazy movie. I don't think it's for you because it's a little, like, it's very unsettling and whatever.
Even when I saw the trailer, I had quite literally not 1% desire to see that movie.
I'm gonna text you the ending, though, because...
Text me the ending because I love to know endings of movies.
No, the ending might make you want to watch it just because you'll be like, what do you mean? Like, because the gist of it is that like these conspiracy theorist guys kidnap the CEO, Emma Stone, because they think she's like an alien and they think that like...
Oh, whatever. No, I mean, I know that just the plot of the movie, it's giving QAnon to me.
Right, 100%. That's exactly it. I will text you the end. So that's what I've been watching.
All right, text me the end.
And reading.
I asked, also, everyone says to see Sinners, okay?
I haven't seen it. I don't know.
But someone's like, it's not scary. And I'm like, but it says it's a horror movie. So like...
I'll watch it. I'll let you know. Like, I can
maybe you watch it and let me know.
I'll be your canary in the coal mine. Yeah. I can do that.
Thank you. Because I don't do well being scared. So fun fact about me, it's the same reason I don't read a thriller, right? Like, I am not somebody who's like, you know what sounds fun? I want to read about like this neighbor that killed all her neighbors. And I'm like, I don't. Yeah, I want to read about two neighbors that fell in love. Like, that's what I want to read.
I want the grumpy neighbor to come over and fix her stove is what I want.
But like, I used to see every movie nominated. Like, there were several years before I got married that first of all, I used to go see a lot of movies by myself because I love to see a movie alone. But I would love to see a movie alone. I would get a Starbucks and I would go to the movie, and it was literally
how decadent.
Oh my God, it literally felt decadent. Like, even when Liam was a baby, I would go see. When Liam was a baby, I would do that too. I would go see a movie alone because I just like love the movie alone. But obviously now 2 kids and the fact that going to the movies is insane and that they're all streaming, I don't. And then even though they're streaming, like if it's something Andrew doesn't also want to watch, it usually doesn't happen. So I used to see a lot more movies. I also feel like movies were better. Like, I don't feel like they're nearly as good anymore. And I say this as somebody who doesn't watch them. So, but from what the internets tell me, they're just not as good.
I think, was it Matt Damon that said it? Did we talk about this? Maybe it wasn't so. I don't know. But I think Matt Damon said something, and he was saying that like Netflix movies and so many of the movies that they put out now, because they know they're going to streaming, they've dumbed them down because they know you're multitasking. So like they they repeat the plot so much more because they know you're like on your phone doom scrolling at the same time.
I know. I said to somebody yesterday, I was like, I do like to look at my little screen while looking at my big screen.
I have so many screens at once. I know.
I also, last night, we were watching a movie and I was on my phone and had my Kindle open. Like, there was just like a lot happening at once.
The Kindle doesn't really count. Like, it's a different kind of screen, I tell myself.
Well, it doesn't count, but I had also seen the people we meet on vacation. So I was like, if I read for a few minutes, but then I watched the New Orleans scene and I just sat there like,
love. So good.
So good. It's the part in the movie in New Orleans when she's like, I love it when you're weird. And he's like,
I'm only weird
when I'm with you.
Oh my God.
I might have to watch it again.
You know what? Same. I think you actually just I think that's what I need to do. I was rewatching Heated Rivalry, but like I might have to rewatch People We Know.
I have watched Heated Rivalry twice. Have you watched Maxton Hall?
No.
Okay. I think I need to watch Maxton Hall.
Okay.
There's also this show called Your Fault.
Yes. Oh, I've seen that. That's
Is it good?
Parts of it are enjoyable. Like I watched that a few years ago. I think it's a movie. I don't think it's a show.
Oh.
I think it's a movie.
Okay.
It's like it was a book. It was definitely a book first.
Oh, by the way, I'm sure you've heard about it because you live near New York. Dallas is getting a pop-up bagel. Isn't that like a big bagel place in New York?
Thing. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're getting a pop-up bagel.
That's so fun. I'm so excited for you.
I mean, Dallas has...
Are you guys
bagels are coming anyway? To Dallas. No, but we've gotten like... we have a Shugs. Like, we've gotten like some good, solid bagel places in the last few years. Like, bagels have really like...
it's definitely
taken over in Dallas.
Like the trend bagel. Like, that's the trend bagel.
My thing is I'm not going to use it for good because I don't actually want like a scary bagel sandwich. I literally just want a bagel and cream cheese. Like, I don't want.
I have a scary bagel. My bagel order is a scary bagel order. I can't. I shouldn't even mention it, but like it is. I am like very specific with my bagel order, and it's not a pop-up bagel order. Like they're too fun usually. You know.
Mm-hmm. Well, all right. Should we talk about our desert island books? That was going to be like the book portion of this podcast today.
Definitely.
Or do we want to do that first? Or do we want to do... Sorry.
No, go ahead. What were you going to say?
You say
it. Because there were 3 things that we could have potentially talked about today. And we abandoned...
We're so organized.
I know, right? Well, I have the note on my phone. We abandoned Tell Me Lies before we could name other women.
Oh, no, let's do that. Okay.
Because that was so fun. I loved that. Because we saw this thing on
Desert Island books might be a different episode, guys. Stay tuned for next week.
Stay tuned while we think of the women that would destroy Stephen Demarco.
So yesterday, Arley texted me. She's like, "What women would destroy Stephen Demarco?" And I just start rattling off women.
We're rattling them off. Yeah,
we'll go back and forth, one for one. All right, and this is book adjacent, so I feel like it still works.
Yeah, sadly, most of mine are like television, but
but Tell Me Lies is a book. Yes. I feel like it's still counts.
We're in the realm, and I've got one book character in here.
The first one that I said to her was Miranda Priestley from The Devil Wears Prada.
Phenomenal choice.
But do you know who else I think could also handle him?
Emily?
Is Emily.
Yes, I agree.
I feel like Emily could too. Andy would not.
No,
not
Andy would crumble. And Andy couldn't even handle her boyfriend making her the grilled cheese. Like Andy.
By the way, can we talk about how the real villain in that movie is her boyfriend?
Total real villain.
Like, the villain in The Devil Wears Prada is Entourage
it's her boyfriend holding her back. Yeah.
Which is a shame I never remember.
Drive Me Crazy. He's so cute in it.
The most underrated movie ever is Drive Me Crazy.
Melissa Joan Hart and the Britney Spears soundtrack. Do you understand
the amount of times that I think to myself the line, "Who are we making jealous?"
Everyone.
Everyone.
My God, epic. Okay. You said, because you said Miranda Priestley and then Emily, I'm going to say Emily Gilmore. Now,
1000% Emily Gilmore.
Emily Gilmore could demolish this man. Lorelai, not a chance. Lorelai would marry him. Like, Lorelai would get wrapped up in it.
I said also Paris Geller.
I agree.
Paris Geller. Like, Paris would make him cry to the point where, like, we would never see him again. Like, where Emily would hurt him in, like, a way he almost didn't understand.
Yes. She would ruin any prospect for his future, right? He would never amount to anything. Whatever.
Paris would ruin his soul.
Psychologically. Yeah, he would never emotionally recover. She would do to him what he does to others. But,
1000%. Another one I said was Olivia Pope.
Phenomenal choice. She might like, that actually might be like physical, like he'd be held somewhere.
But like it'd be handled.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whereas Lucy went to Diana in the last episode and was like, "Hey, like, can you help me?" And she's like, just like, no.
Yeah.
Olivia would literally look at Lucy and be like, "Don't do anything, but it's handled." Whereas Diana just said, "Don't do anything. I've got to go now."
Yeah.
Like,
Olivia Pope is a great choice.
But also, did you ever watch How to Get Away with Murder? Because I feel like Annalise Keating would
also. One.
But also in general, just Viola Davis.
Yes. You know what? Maybe Viola Davis should be the name. Maybe Shonda Rhimes. Maybe it's Shonda.
I think Shonda Rhimes could handle him.
Maybe Shonda Rhimes could handle it. My next choice was Lady Grantham. I'm not sure if you're a Downton Abbey fan.
Oh, hell yeah.
Maggie
Smith.
Grantham could handle Stephen so well.
The Dowager Countess?
Yeah, phenomenal.
She would be like,
no problem.
He would never be heard from again.
Never.
It would. You wouldn't know what happened. Do you know who else I think could handle him? Queen Elizabeth.
Oh, 1,000%. Yeah.
Much like she handled
her and
Diana.
all the corgis. I know. Her and all the corgis could handle any situation.
I'll die on that hill. That was planned. Come at me.
Oh my god.
All right. Who's your next one?
Oh, do you have any left? Because I've got like a handful.
Oh, yeah. But I've got to find our text because I sent you some.
I also said Kris Jenner.
Oh, for sure, Kris Jenner.
The momager of all momagers would handle any situation. Can you imagine if one of them showed up with Stephen Demarco?
I think we both had this one, but Beth Dutton.
Yes, Beth Dutton, absolutely. Completely.
Beth Dutton would do it, and then she would literally like light a cigarette onto him and like flick it at him after.
She'd leave with some bruises, and she'd be proud of it.
My favorite Beth Dutton scene in all of Yellowstone is when she went into the store and her sister-in-law was being like harassed, and she broke everything in the store, and she was like, "I remember you."
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh my God.
I was terrified. I'm like watching that episode, just like, I'm so scared of you.
Good. Beth Dutton.
I'm so scared of you.
Phenomenal. I had Georgina Sparks from Gossip Girl.
You know what? I think Georgina and Blair.
Oh, that
Georgina and Blair
could knock out anybody.
Blair Waldorf would also do it, but actually, I think she would coerce Georgina into doing it.
Yes, that's
she
true.
wouldn't get her hands dirty.
She would not.
But Georgina's all about it.
Particularly with someone like Stephen Demarco, who's like a grubby social climber.
I will say I've seen some of these lists floating around, and they have people on it where I'm like, I don't like. I love Brooke from One Tree Hill. I know you haven't seen One Tree Hill.
Haven't.
I love Brooke, and while I think Brooke is a very strong woman, she's like too kind. You have to have like a very particular set of skills.
Do you want to hear my next one?
I do.
It's Tree Paine.
Oh, I mean, like Tree Paine, real person. We picked a real person.
I have one person on the book list here, and it's Aelin Galathynius, which you don't do like in the romantasy genre, but like from Throne of Glass, from like that series. I think she would do it. But I think Tree Paine, when I made this list, I'm like, Tree Paine is my crown.
I have one more, but it's like very niche. Brenda Walsh.
I don't know who that is.
From Beverly Hills 90210, like the original Beverly Hills. Did you never watch it?
Never watched it. I'm sorry.
Brenda Walsh, guys. Brenda Walsh.
There's someone listening to this nodding along and agreeing with you, I promise.
All right. Because there was a trend for a while where it was like, pick the 3 TV characters that describe your personality. And mine were Blair Waldorf, Brenda Walsh, and Monica Geller. And yeah.
I love that.
I think Monica Geller. Monica Geller.
I thought about Monica also. And I was like, yes.
Monica would.
Yeah.
Monica-can.
Monica-can. Not Monica-can't.
Monica.
I love it. Sorry. That's so good.
All right.
Sorry. We had to do that. We had to do that list.
We had to do it, guys. And if you know what would be fun, and I'm going to post this in our stories. I want to hear who you think. Book, TV, movie, real life person.
Yeah.
Oh, I have one more. Sorry. Michelle Obama.
Oh, absolutely. Completely.
Michelle Obama.
Yep.
Michelle Obama would handle Stephen Demarco in a second.
God. So good. This was like such a fun thing because I too had seen some of those lists and I'm like, I don't really agree, right? Like there were some on there that I thought, but like a lot of them, like you said, who'd you say, Brooke? Like I didn't,
Yeah, like I love Brooke. Or people were like Summer Roberts from the OC.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
that was the one I saw and I'm like, that's not true. Like,
but Summer's like very nice. Like, are we just confusing brunettes with being mean?
Strong. Like I don't know. No, I think we crushed that list.
Okay, I think we still have some time. I'm gonna give some of my desert island books.
Okay.
So I will go first. I'm going to list 5 books if I was stuck on a desert island that I would want to have with me that I could just reread. First of all, one would be yours.
No.
When We Were.
Oh no.
It doesn't make me quite as sad as 6 Morning Kisses. So like I would just take When We Were.
Yeah.
Because like I can handle it, but now I know too much since I've read 6 Morning Kisses. So like, I would stop there.
That's very kind to bring with you. Like
I would 1,000%. I'm not just saying it because you're here.
Are we on the same island at the same time?
I don't know. I think we're just alone. I think these are islands where we're stranded. It's giving Lost.
Okay.
My others would be The Idea of You by Robin Lee. Because it gives island vibes. I would take Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. I would take The You with a View by Jessica Joyce, because it'd be weird if I didn't.
Yeah.
And I would take The Playlist by Morgan Elizabeth, because you know what? There's a line in the book where he says to her to sit on his face and write it until she comes. And like, you know what? I feel like I would need to read something like that.
I think that's a good way to, like, I think that's important to have in the mix.
Like, I do too. I agree. You have to have some just like clear, dirty smut in there.
I'm gonna be honest,
at some point.
That is missing from my list. And I think my list is like, I think it's missing that now.
All right. So what's your list?
Okay. So, point of order question. Is it, if it's a series, does the series count, or is it like a book?
It's a book, because like I feel like a couple of mine are at least in the same universe as other books. But it's I was
unsure. So like I have notes, and then I have like,
you packed light. You only packed 5 books.
Yeah. Okay. That's like, who knows where we were going or for how long. Definitely an Emily Henry book. I think it depends on where I was going when I got stranded. It would either be Book Lovers or Great Big Beautiful Life. I know people didn't love Great Big Beautiful Life, but I loved Great Big Beautiful Life. So it'd be either that or Book Lovers, depending on the vibe I was in when I packed. Alone with You in the Ether by Olivia Blake, I loved. Like, that was such an amazing book for me. I think it was just like, they were like messy, complex characters, and there's a line in that book. That's not a smutty book. Like, that's got a level of intimacy that I just was obsessed with. And there's a line in that book that like his father would keep asking him, he's like, is your mind being kind to you today? And every day I'm like, is my mind being kind to me today? And usually it's not. It's like that book. Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. So like that's more of a classic, but I love that. And then Outlander. Have you seen Outlander the show?
I've seen Outlander the show, yeah.
So Outlander, and then Song of Achilles. So that's my,
I love that. I feel like if we were bringing series, I would switch the playlist with Becca Max Playing for Keeps series, and I would have some hockey smut in my mix to just mix things up a little.
I think I would probably pull in like the off-campus series.
Oh my God, I'm so excited for the show.
Oh my God, I'm so excited for the show. Oh, yes.
I'm so excited for the show. I will say, I think the off-campus series is like the first sports romance I ever read.
Me too.
Like,
I didn't even.
And I think it's like
hockey. It's a gateway drug.
It's same. It's a gateway drug, and it's like It's like, I would consider that like, when you start reading chapter books and you jump in with like the Babysitters Club or like the Karen Babysitter Little Sister books, and you're like, oh, it's like
Club of hockey romance.
This is like if smut had like a sibling, like a little sibling, where it was like, it's dirty, but it's not so dirty that it's going to scare you away from it.
No.
It's like a good easing in,
it's got a little bit of sports. They talk a little bit about hockey, but like,
there's like a little bit about sports. There's my least favorite third act breakup reason ever in a book, which is, this book's been out for over 10 years now, but it's the parent being like, I don't want y'all together, so I'm going to give you $10,000 to stop seeing my son. And it's quite literally, if you ask me what I hate most in a book, it's that. Anytime I read that, I automatically am like, this is like, you could have thought of something better. And I will say, she's written better books since then. Okay. And I also feel like there's a lot of things in those books that just quite literally wouldn't get published today.
No, absolutely not.
But I'm really excited to see what they do with the show.
I like them. I'm excited. You know what? Someone posted, they said that like based on the timing of those books and Heated Rivalry, was it Shane or no? Because Ilya's in Boston. Ilya Rosanoff and Garrett Graham would be playing for Boston at the same time.
I love that.
I love that.
I also am excited because Carly Fortune's every summer after is being made into every year after, and it's already filmed. I think it comes out this summer on, I think, Amazon. And I'm like, I'm really into the amount of books we're adapting right now.
Same.
As a society.
I think we'll probably talk about this next time, but like the ins and outs, maybe. I don't know.
Yes. My in is adaptations.
Adaptations is on my ins list. Yeah.
But only if we're doing them in the way that we did People We Meet on Vacation and Heated Rivalry. If we're doing them any less than that, no. I don't want them.
One True Love.
Don't half-ass it.
I hated the One True Love adaptation.
Have we never talked about this?
No.
I've talked about it on the podcast before. So if you've been listening for a while, you've heard me talk about how the worst example to me of an adaptation is what happened with One True Loves, where not only did they cast people that were significantly older than the characters in the book need to be. Like, listen, I love Hamilton as much as the next person. That is the worst casting I've ever seen in a movie in my life.
I'm so disappointed because I'm like, I love Philippa So. Like, maybe this will be good for maybe
love her.
Maybe this will be great.
That movie was god awful.
I don't know
why I was so excited to watch it. Even though once I saw the casting in the preview, I was like, they're going to do this book so dirty. Like,
no.
The story itself is like, I mean, it's very sad, but it's also like just all of the casting. I get what they were going for, but it was like such a shoot and a miss. Like
I really actually do love colorblind casting. Like, I think we look at Bridgerton and like I really enjoy that style of casting. I'll even say, like, for my own books, I think about Will and oh my god, now I can't think of his name. But like
Reed?
I love No. I think of like there's an actor I think of and now I can't think of it, so it doesn't matter.
Oh. You're thinking of your book characters. I was like,
no, Reed? That would be, you're like, are you okay?
Did you have a stroke while we were recording?
Listen, my health is so terrible right now. Every day I'm like,
she's like,
what do I have? And what else? What's on the list? No, and I'm also so in the When We Were universe right now because of the audiobook that like those names. I know every detail of those people right now. But so it's like, it's not that, but like the Philippa So in that just did not land for me. Like it just didn't feel believable or in any way. So
when I imagine that book, like when I'm thinking about it, my other issue is they really didn't show enough of like the childhood scenes of them together.
Yeah.
And that's like a huge part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I am always excited about a book being made into a movie or TV show. I feel like that shouldn't have been. And they're also, now the casting in this is much better, but they're taking Forever Interrupted and they're doing it, but it's Laura Dern and Margaret Qualley. And I'm like,
that would be good. I didn't know that.
Right? Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't know when it comes out or if it's filmed yet.
I love Laura Dern.
Laura Dern could be you know who else? Sorry. We're going to go back. Laura Dern's character in Big Little Lies would handle Stephen Demarco.
Totally. I absolutely would handle Stephen Demarco. Yes, she would.
Definitely more than Nicole Kidman's character.
Nicole Kidman's character would not handle Stephen Demarco. Not until Laura Dern's character came in.
I feel like maybe Zoe Kravitz's character could.
Maybe not Reese Witherspoon.
It would be quieter.
Not Reese Witherspoon.
She can't even handle herself.
Reese Witherspoon would have been in the car with him.
God, I really want to watch Big Little Lies again now. I've watched Big Little Lies. That was a great adaptation. Talk about something I liked better than the book. Mm-hmm. Hated the book of Big Little Lies. Loved the show. I hated it.
I know both of them, but I always get them confused because their names have like similar pattern. Big Little Lies and Little Fires Everywhere.
Not the same. Little Fires Everywhere was the adaptation with Kerry Washington.
Right. And I know, but literally I cannot, whenever I hear Big Little Lies.
Both had Reese Witherspoon.
Right. And whenever I hear Big Little Lies, I'm like,
she plays the same person in both shows.
Right. I'm like, which one was that? Yeah.
But Big Little Lies came out right when
Shailene Woodley. That was Shailene Woodley, wasn't?
I don't like her.
No, but I couldn't remember who that was. Yes. Interesting.
So Liam was an infant, newborn, like week-old baby when Big Little Lies came out. And so every Monday when Andrew would go to work, I would like get on the couch with Liam and feed him a bottle and watch the night before's episode of Big Little Lies. And that was like my Monday routine.
Cute.
And now I'm just like really missing Big Little Lies and feel like I didn't really love the second season. I know that it was, I loved Meryl and I know it was necessary, but I just thought the first season was so perfect that I was like, I don't actually think you need to do anything else.
Sometimes when they do, and like, as much as I want to see more heated rivalry, when they do like a perfect season of a show, I get so nervous when they do the next one. Like sometimes maybe just leave it a miniseries, you know?
Like
just
we
let
don't
it
have
be perfect.
We don't have to. It's like, but people, I feel like that with books too, right? Like, it's like they love a book, they're like, make another. And this is how we got into It Ends With Us issues, okay? Because somebody gave Colleen Hoover a big enough ego to say, please write a sequel to the story that does not need a sequel at all. And she's like, okay. And she wrote one and it was awful. And I didn't even read I DNF'd it. I was like, and I don't usually DNF a book, but I DNF'd it and then I read the ending and I was like, yeah, I'm good.
I'll be really honest with you. I remember very little of it. I think that's one of those books that was like, whenever I need to clear space in my brain, there's just a shelf of books I unload from my
There are 2 Colleen Hoover books that I love and I have to disassociate that they're written by her when I read them. And that is All Your Perfects and Ugly Love.
You know, Ugly Love I go back and forth on. When I read it, I enjoyed it. Looking back, I don't think I love it.
It is quite literally the sickest, saddest twist in like any of her books, by the way. When the fact that his baby died, I'd be super fucked up too.
Yeah, no, like, for sure.
No fucking wonder.
Him being that fucked up tracks. Like that totally tracks. But like, I think
that was my intro into smut, by the way. I thought that was like the dirtiest book I'd ever read.
No, man. I've read here's my problem is I don't read a back cover. Like I don't read a summary. I go in just fucking full steam ahead. So
no, I'm like Billy Crystal in When Harry Met Sally. I'm like, let me read. I don't read the last page first, but
I love it. But I mean,
I need to know something.
You want to know like the vibes. Not me. Yes. I see one thing, I'm like, download immediately, buy immediately, and I just go. That has gotten me into so much trouble. I did not know what Den of Vipers was. I read Den of Vipers. That was not my vibe. Have you read Den of Vipers? That's like smut, like spice. I don't know what classification it was. A Why Choose that really blew my mind. And
I'm just not into Why Choose. I didn't. It's again, just
I went into it, didn't know fuck all about it, and came out the other side.
Fuck all about it.
Yeah, right. Came out the other side like maybe that's not the vibe I go for next time. Like that's just not my preference, I think.
By the way, the amount of people in my neighborhood that are sledding down hills and sliding into trees is scaring me.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's super dangerous. Like
I'm not a fun parent, so we won't be doing that.
I think you're so fun.
Thanks. I'm fun in the sense that we made cookies yesterday and put M&Ms in them.
That's fun.
It was fun. The cookies were incredible. But I am not a fun parent in the sense of let's go sled down a hill and potentially run into trees, because you know what I don't want to do right now? It's try to drive to the ER in this weather.
No.
So we're going to not do things where we might die.
Yeah, this is where everyone keeps it the fuck together so that like, you know.
And on that note, where can people find you?
Oh, you can find me under my pen name, Diana Elliott Graham, all of the places. TikTok, Instagram, website. Yeah.
All right. And you can find me everywhere at Neelykins except TikTok, where I'm Neely Moldovan. And you can find the podcast everywhere at Smut Show Podcast. And we will be back with you soon to talk about our ins and outs. Unless we've come up with 17 other topics before then.
Probably.
Which we probably will.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, guys. Talk to you later.